Internal controls, corporate governance. This is what is today's topic. Broadly, we are going to discuss what is a corporate governance, legal aspects of internal control, risk and internal control, and in the last we will see what is the concept of internal auditing. Before I start, I just want to emphasize on few things. Auditing is a core part of an organizational process, and it brings value in day-to-day operations and financial reporting. There are two types of auditings. One is which focuses on internal efficiency, that is called internal auditing. You focus less on money matters, you focus more on the process, procedure, policies, standard operating procedures, compliances, testings, and making sure that the processes are smooth in implementation and value added in day-to-day processes. Opposite, we have another auditing called external auditing. External auditing is more focused on financial statements. So there will be an external auditor. He will come once in a year at least. For big companies, they might come couple of times, but for small companies, they will come once in a year, and their major focus is to give an opinion about the financial statement, that they are reliable, the system is okay, and there is nothing found which can, and then they will express an opinion about their report. Opposite, internal auditor is an employee of the company, and he is being paid for his services, and you make a structure of audit committee, so he should report not to the management, he should report to the shareholder through a committee, audit committee. This was not in place before 2002. All that knowledge we study, these are US knowledge, and Sarbanes-Oxley is an act that came in 2002, and they made these rules, regulations for auditing and corporate governances. What we have studied is applicable on big companies and equally SMEs and small companies, because if you adopt these knowledges in your offices, you will feel that there will be less frauds, less efficiency, more effectiveness, and decision making will be more faster and more quick. I will start my discussion definition of corporate governance. Corporate is a word that generally we use for corporation. It's a company, it's sometimes listed companies. Certain countries have certain name for corporation, organization, or you can say private limited, public limited. There are certain types, but large companies are called corporations, and corporate governance means how to run a company which is a larger in size. Governance is putting a system to make this company workable more efficiently, more smartly, and more effectively. So what is the corporate governance? It's a combination of people. So you need people who are dynamic, who has ability, who are knowledge, who are skilled, who are competent, who has vision to grow, lead the organization. No matter they are accountants, they are chief accountants, they are CEOs, they are CFOs, because only one person vision cannot work. We need a team of people who are all competent, having leadership in their levels they are delivering to the organizations. Policies, procedures and processes, these are the part of the governance. If you have effective policies, you will have effective governance. If your procedures are defined, known to the people, and they are really smart, efficient and effective, there will be good governance in the company. and processes also include internal controls that help ensure that an entity effectively and efficiently directs its activities toward meeting the objective of the stakeholders. When we say stakeholders, stake means anyone interested in our company. It may be an employee, it may be a supplier, customer, government, tax authorities. Corporations are those who are mainly listed with New York Stock Exchange, and in US we have SEC, that is Securities Exchange Commission, who is going to regulate the larger corporations. Larger corporations are dangerous in nature in a way that you guys will go stock exchange, you will buy the shares of that company, and the money will flow inside. All the company people are employees. There is a CEO who is reporting to the board of directors. He is also an employee. Procurement manager is also an employee. So if we will not keep check and balances on these organization different levels, it might possible that people will make their own monies and they will leave, and later the company will go in bankruptcy. This happened in some companies in America. So they have some scandals, and after these scandals they make this law called Sarbanes-Oxley Act 2002. This is shortly called SOX, S-O-X. This is what we will see, that how to govern a listed company, how to govern a large corporation who is being in stock exchange, but does not mean only listed companies. These are the procedure policies. If you will implement even in small companies, you will get some efficiency, effectiveness and productivity out of the available resources. Corporate governance can be either internal or external, means you can lead from inside, and it can be someone comes from outside and can give you the consultancy, and you can do the external works. In any case, corporate charters and bylaws, board of directors and internal audit functions are internal. When we make a company, first we make a charter. This charter is, when you make a country, you make a constitution. You write certain things, who we are, what we do, what is this country, how much rules and regulations. Same way when we make a company, the first thing we put a charter, what is our objective, what will be we are doing. Then we go in bylaws, we make law, how to sell, purchase, how to hire, fire, these kind of things. Board of directors, who can be a director, what is the qualification, what will be the tenure of a director, what are their rights, obligations, these kind of things we define when we make a company. So later should not be a problem. Internal audit functions, then law, regulation and the government regulators who enforce them are external. So there are two type of corporate governances. One we are doing by putting policies, procedures, systems, and the other way is government is giving us form 10, form Q, form this, just is monthly, quarterly, print your accounts. There are so many requirement on listed companies inside US. That will be internal and external. It says corporate the governance practices reflects the organization unique culture. So suppose if you belongs to a country where people work 6 days, so when you will make a company, your policies will be around 6 days working, right? So it will reflect the management mentality about the workflow. Some management, if you leave 6 o'clock, if your office time is closed at 6, and if you leave at 6, they will feel like you are not sincere with the company. You know, you are not, your mind is not in the office, you know, your mind is somewhere else, you know, right? So, but some management, which is very less, of course, they feel that 6 o'clock, if you are off time 6:01, you should be out of the office. So it all reflects the mentality of the management.